So it was about a month or so ago, I was listening to a person talk about how Pisces is the picture. And of course, when you're talking about photograph, the photograph itself is Pisces. Because it represents the imagination. But when he said that, my brain triggered a thought saying, the other word for photo is image. So a lot of the narcissistic wounds that we have received over the last whenever came from people trying to fit an image. It's interesting that the church age and the age of Pisces kind of coincide together. And you have all these people trying to push an image. They want to fit an image that may or may not be real. So that's where a lot of these narcissistic wounds come from. So Pisces is ruled by Jupiter and Neptune. So that's going to be how you expand your imagination. But we trap ourselves when we try to fit an image, putting on a mask and hiding from reality. That's when we become trapped by the imagination. So you need, Aquarius is ruled by Uranus and Saturn. So Uranus can help you learn how to do the math, and Saturn can help you develop discipline to do the work to help try to bring your imagination into reality. So for myself, back in 2017, I got to a place where I said I can no longer pretend that I'm good. And so that's when I took my mask off in 2017. And I began going through the process of, dropping my false persona, I guess. I just took my mask off. About 6 months ago, in the summer of 2025, I had a realization that the God complex of Aquarius is actually a narcissistic wound. And some of us have the ability to expose narcissistic power structures. You have Pisces, which is the imagination. You have Capricorn, ruled by Saturn. These are the people who know how to build the system, create the system, and work with the system. And then you have Aquarius, who is Uranus, Saturn, exposing the narcissistic power struggles that exist within the system. Some of us, doesn't matter where we go, we will always be the one to expose these narcissistic power struggles that exist within a system or an organization or somewhere. Okay? So, but 2017, I took my mask off, and so I began to go through my healing process and so last year is when I really realized that what I was dealing with was a narcissistic wound. I always had this anger, seed of anger within my spirit, but I didn't know where it come from. But now I understand that it was basically a narcissistic wound. And so it was, last year, 2025, I was 40 when I got the understanding that narcissistic wound is the biggest issue that a lot of us are going to deal with from switching from the age of Pisces into the age of Aquarius. These narcissistic wounds, power struggles, this is the most important thing, probably the first issue that we're going to have to deal with, because a lot of us have been told to fit an image. So it's interesting that during the age of Pisces is when they changed the image. If the identity of Jesus did not matter, then they would have never changed his image to begin with. They want to tell you, some people will tell you that the physical appearance of Jesus Christ does not matter. But why did they change his image? Okay, that's the question you got to ask. If it didn't matter, they wouldn't have changed it in the first place. They would have left it to be who he is, the truth of who he is. So, this is my thought for today, I guess.